Hello students, welcome to Ekam IS Academy. Today we are going to discuss an important topic which is in news related to hate speech. What happened is, very recently the Supreme Court had directed the authorities and the police forces to take action on the hate speeches suo moto. What does it mean? Suo moto action taking means the police authorities need not wait for anybody to come and lodge a complaint. So even in the absence of complaint being lodged, the police and the state authorities can take action against any individual or group of individuals who have committed the crime of hate speech. So we'll start our discussion of the today's topic. But before that, let us understand what is a hate speech in the first place. See, one needs to understand that very recently the Election Commission of India informed the Supreme Court that there is no law in India on hate speech. In that case, then what are we dependent upon when we take action against hate speech? It is basically various provisions in the IPC and the CRPC that we fall back to take action against somebody who is carrying out any hate speech. But the 267th law report, the 267th Law Commission report defined hate speech. And how it defined hate speech? It said that the hate speech is stated as an incitement to hatred primarily against a group of persons defined in terms of race, in terms of ethnicity, in terms of sexual orientation, gender or religious belief. Very important. So now, as we said, anybody who is trying to incite hatred either on these dimensions is known to have committed something known as hate speech. So this is one example of definition which is coming from the 267th Law Commission report in India. This is in news primarily because the Supreme Court said that in India the adequate action is not being taken against hate speech, because though the right to freedom of speech and expression is a fundamental right, freedom of speech and expression is a fundamental right as per Article 19 of the Constitution. We need to understand that the state can put reasonable restrictions as per the Article 19 subsection 2 provisions. So this is where the Supreme Court wants the state authorities and also the police authorities to take action against the hate mongers. One dimension we need to understand is that about Article 295A. Now, many people feel that Article 295A is trying to define the hate speech, but it is not so. Article 295A is primarily against blasphemy. It is not against hate speech. The only difference between the hate speech and blasphemy is only concentrating on any hatred or any what you call speeches against a religious belief system. So it does not, under its consideration, does not bring any hate speech which may be against a particular gender, it may be against a particular ethnicity or against a particular sexual orientation guy. So it means that the provisions, the what you call acts related to blasphemy are only limited to the religious belief system. So if you are asked to give a way forward, to this topic, the first and the foremost point that we need to mention is that there is an urgent need to make law against hate speech. If the Supreme Court can in fact give a direction to the central government to what you call urgently need to make a law against the hate speech as well. Second, the suo moto action is a right step, is a step in the right direction. This can be continued. So once we make a law and then make the police authorities and the state authorities responsible to take action, definitely the problem of hate speech can be controlled in our country. Thank you.